Hello, I'm Gaynor and welcome back to our Leitrim Life. So we're on, I think this is now video number 4. We're just going over a lot of the work that's already been done, and we're bringing you right up to date to where the cottage is at the moment. So where we're starting from now is that we're back in the cottage and it's all systems go. The kitchen's coming out, the roof's coming off, and we've just started preparing for one of our most exciting collaborations yet. So I'll tell you more about that later on. So when we first got the keys, this kitchen was one of the most confusing parts of the house. It wasn't the original and it definitely wasn't well done. A patchwork of units, mismatched tiles, strange layout choices and layers of plasterboard slapped over older walls. So we began stripping it back. There was nothing else we could do. Every cabinet, every piece of plasterboard gone. And as we peeled back the layers, we started to uncover the real bones of the space. Stone walls, damp patches and more shortcuts than we expected. The floor came up next. And that was years of patch repairs and water damage meant everything had to go. And once it was all cleared out, for the first time we could really see the space for what it really was and what it's to become. There's a lot of work to be done, and the only thing for this cottage was to literally bring it back to the bare bones. So with this is something I could do myself. With Steve working, he's so busy, so things like this I can just go in, rip it all out. It took me a couple of weekends. It was a lot of work, it was hard work on my own, but we did it. But everything that was put in there was really, really poorly put together. Every unit had dozens and dozens of huge nails holding it into place. There's our little girl Marley. She came down when it was safe too. And I just cracked on then, just literally having to lump hammer everything out of the joint because it was just... I don't think when they put that kitchen in they ever intended it to move, but we just couldn't keep it. It was damp, it was rotten, it was mouldy. There was no way we could keep it. So this stuff that's on the wall is some sort of like plastic. I wouldn't even like to say it's paneling. It's just awful. There was nowhere for the walls to breathe. There was just nothing in between, so you can see it's damp. There's a mismatch of tiles. It's just a hodgepodge of a kitchen that's really, really poorly put together. And the size of the cottage, it's a lovely sized kitchen. So we wanted to do was what was probably never done in the cottage before, was utilise the space. Now, as I said in the previous video, our first intention was to rent it out, but the storm damage, we had big decisions to make, and we've absolutely just grown more and more in love with the cottage and handing the keys over just to someone, and then that's it. We just couldn't do it. So we have decided to renovate it and turn it into a luxury Airbnb, and that way on times when it's not rented out we can enjoy the space, our family can enjoy the space, and it's just, we don't have to sort of say goodbye to it. So as you can see there, we've gone through, we're ripping everything out. We're trying to keep anything original. Well, even whether the doors were original, I wouldn't suppose they are, but we're trying to keep what we can salvage, just to add that bit more character to the older space. But yeah, with this, everything is to be knocked back to the bare walls. So the floor came up, like I said, there was damp patches. I don't think there was even any damp proofing done on here. There was underlay, but there was no damp membrane or anything on here. So yeah, it was just getting everything out and, like I said, bringing it back to the bare bones. And that way, we've got a blank canvas and can see, where we need to go from there. So we have had a kitchen layout design done. Now this was in mind of if it was going to be rented out on a permanent basis. With it only being a 2-bedroom cottage, we knew storage was a big thing, and we wanted to utilise all the space, sort of getting as much storage in this space as we possibly could. Which I think, to be fair, with the plans that are coming up shortly, you know, they did do what we asked them to do. There will be a little bit of tweaking now, because our idea is obviously to rent it out as an Airbnb, so we want to give it this country kitchen cottage vibe, and I've been doing a little research on that, and I've loads of plans, loads of ideas, and hopefully I can bring them to life. But before that, there is a hell of a lot of work to do. So now it's all happening at once. The kitchen's out. The roof is also coming off. We had the asbestos company in. The exterior is being prepped. The inside is back to the bare bones. We're slowly building the foundations for something really special here, and I really can't wait to show you the transformation that's been done just up to now. So this is just a little bit of the vibe that I'm going for. I'm absolutely in love with the sage greens. The kitchen I have at home at the moment is whites and neutrals. I was never a very colourful person, but I always stuck to neutrals. But I think I'm going to be a bit braver in this cottage, and set to work on adding a little bit of colour. But this is the kitchen that we had planned, and it does utilise the space. There is a possibility now we may take the fire out. It's such a small space, I don't think it really warrants the fire, even though it's lovely to have a lovely stove in the kitchen, but we probably won't keep it. I've also done a little bit of Facebook Marketplace shopping. We salvaged the kitchen table, which is great. I'm going to upcycle that. I also took a trip out to Westmead to collect some chairs that I really like, so again I've got some ideas for upcycling that. But we're really not ready for the interior, but these are just bargains that I really couldn't leave behind. So like I said, we have a really exciting collaboration coming up with regards to the exterior of the property, and we've chosen colours, and we're just at the process now where we're going to get the cottage prepped and ready for painting. So there's a little bit of patchwork to be done on the rendering. There is the whole gable on the other side of the cottage that needs a little bit of repair work and rendering in preparation for the paint. But I'm working closely with the company, and I'm getting some amazing advice and hints and tips on how to prepare it, because it's not just a case of slapping a bit of exterior paint on. There is a lot to think about when you've got an older cottage. So before we go anywhere near the paint, we've got serious prep work to do with the mould and just preparing things for the re-rendering of the gable wall. But we've teamed up with a brilliant partner for this transformation, and we've already, like I said, chosen the colours. There'll be soft neutral tones that suit the cottage and the countryside around it, so I really can't wait for that. It's going to be a total transformation. And there's more to share about that soon, about who we're working with and what we're going to be doing to bring this beautiful cottage back to life. So at the moment it's all very messy, it's noisy, it's dusty, it's dirty, there's clutter, but we're finally seeing the cottage become the home and the holiday retreat we'd always imagined. But as here we had a fantastic team of scaffolders come to prepare for the asbestos removal. So Eugene came with his gang, and within a few hours had the scaffolding up around the cottage, and this was so exciting to see, because this is a job that we've just been waiting for so long, and with the delays from the storm it just felt like it was never going to come. We secured a brilliant roofing contractor that's just done an absolutely epic job. We got everything cleared for the storm because we had all this lovely lot to be delivered. But yeah, as you can see, it's just, there's major works going on at the moment. There's just so much more that we can share, but it's just that we're a bit behind with the videos, so we're just doing a bit of a catch up. but we've got everything in place here for the replacement of the roof, and finally get to say goodbye to this awful asbestos roof that has just caused us no end of stress since we bought it, because since the storm we've just kind of thought this roof is going to blow away. It was structurally unsafe, it was so old, it was asbestos, but yeah, we finally said goodbye to that. So in between all that, we've got to maintain the garden as well. We're not doing a very good job. About all we can do at the moment is trim it and just keep it down. But yeah, these are things that we can do in between when the contractors are there, just to stay out of the way. And my beautiful hydrangea plant is coming on brilliantly since I butchered it. Nature has took over, and yeah, we're just slowly again seeing the beauty of the garden that had been neglected for so long. Cleared up all the fallen trees on our side. There's a lot to do on the forestry the other side, but even the landscape in the horizon, we've got a different view, and once those trees get removed from the forestry, we'll have another view to look forward to there again. But still plenty of work to do, plenty going on. And I'm excited to share the absolute transformation of the cottage in the next video. So if you want to see more, if you like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.